I enjoy using Anchor podcasting services. For one, it's an easy setup. Secondly, you can do everything on the same platform, which includes record and then add music to your podcast if you like. And once your podcast has been saved, you can then distribute it to other platforms with the click of a button. And did I mention that it's free? You couldn't ask for anything better than this. Thank you for tuning into Bringing the Heat with Regina Weston. Here we inspire and deal with topics that matter. Stay tuned. Hold up and wait a minute, Bringing the Heat listeners. To find out about all things Regina, visit my website at www.reginaweston.com. There you can purchase all my books and learn more about my nonprofit organization, which is Mending Hearts, Women Healing Women. And if you would like to support this podcast, you can do so by using my Cash App, $RWeston252. Now let's get into it. Today, I'm going to try to not go in. Y'all already know when I get excited about something, I can go from 0 to 100. But I'm going to try to relax, relate, and release. I want to tell you, do not, and I repeat, do not let someone hold your past against you, boo. We live in a world full of self-righteous folk. However, I know that you are not your mistakes. That is not who you are. That's something you did, but overall, that is not who you are. So pick up your face, put a big Kool-Aid smile on your face, and look those self-righteous people in their eyes. I mean dead in their eyes. And tell them, listen, boo, I'm still somebody. You ain't my creator. Therefore, you cannot be my judge. Okay? Now listen, we all got a pass. I got a pass. You got a pass. We've all made choices that maybe weren't the best ones. I know I have. They swimming in the sea of forgiveness. Thank you, Jesus. But we all got a pass. None of us are completely innocent. Are you? You trying to tell me that you ain't never did nothing wrong? You ain't got no skeletons in your closet? You said what? I said I don't believe you. You know what? That's neither here or there. Today is a new day. We get a chance to be better and to do better than we did yesterday. The slate is white clean. Do better. Okay. The reason why I want to talk about this is because I find that when people make mistakes and other people find out about them, because I'm going to put myself in that basket, we have a tendency to hold people past against them. That ain't right, y'all. We all have a journey. We all have a story. And whether you want to believe it or not, our environment, the household we were raised in, it really do, I'm going to use the word influence. It really do have influence on what we do, how we talk, how we behave, how we act. Yes, if you come from a household full of chaos, arguing, cursing, fighting, yeah, I might step on your feet at the grocery store, and before I even get to say, I'm sorry, baby, I'm going to get me mugged. I might get, listen, you need to watch where you going, lady. You just stepped on my white shoes. I might get that. Why? Because I grew up in a chaotic environment. Now, on the other hand, someone that grew up in a proper home, just say like the Cosby Show, which is fictional, but we're going to use them, and I make a mistake and step on your feet, you might look at me. I said, oh, I'm sorry. You said, oh, that's okay. I was probably too close to you. You see the difference? Our environment, our experience make up who we are and who we become. But even without all of those things that I'm talking about, we are human. We learn by trial and error. Everybody. We learn by trial and error. So that don't give me a right to judge you, to be judgmental, because I don't know your story, boo. So how and why do I get to make you feel bad about something that you've overcome? I know y'all seen it. I know y'all been around people like that. When she come up the block and you sitting on the stoop with your girls, with your iced tea, the first thing that may come out of somebody's mouth, you know her and John ain't together. Say what? Girl. And we told her that he was running around with Sally, Sue, and Mary. And she still gave him 5 babies. Nobody ain't ever told her about birth control? She must have missed the memo. Okay, there you go being judgmental. You don't know that lady's story? Did she ask you to take care of her 5 kids? I doubt it. And stop using that phrase, I'm paying for her kids because she on welfare. Go somewhere. Your little Social Security check ain't making that girl rich. Social Security that they take out your paycheck ain't making her rich. Let's stop with the ignorance. Let's stop with the judgmentalness. I'm going to make up some words here. Stop being judgmentalness. Now I'm going to play. But we should not make people feel bad about who they are. It is what it is. Now just do better. You had those babies. It's your job to take care of them. Take care of the babies and start protecting your womb. The point of this conversation is just, let's start being mindful of putting our mouth on people and hurting their feelings because they didn't walk down the yellow brick road like you. Just because you went to college and you graduated high school don't mean that you're any better than anybody else. Just because you saved yourself and you got married and your children came in wedlock instead of outside of marriage doesn't make you any better than that young lady. You get what I'm trying to say? Let's stop judging each other. It works my last nerves. It works my last nerves. It works my last nerves. When something happens and someone posts it on social media and people just go for the jugular to the point that it makes that individual who made a mistake, because at the end of the day it's a big mistake. It's little mistakes, there's big mistakes, but they're all mistakes. And instead of showing some mercy, you like shark. You just rip the person apart, giving them no room to breathe, giving them no room for forgiveness. Like, let's do better. No sin is bigger or greater than the other. Wrong is wrong, right is right. What I'm saying is that if you make a mistake, we are not going to put the rope around your neck and hang you. It is not our place to judge you. That is your experience. Young man, if you've been incarcerated and now you out, start making better choices. Redeem yourself. Make something out of yourself so that you will be proud, your family will be proud, and you can be a great contribution to society. That's all I'm saying. Whatever the error that you made in your life, you can correct it. But you're not beholden to nobody but God. So when people start reminding you of your past, remind them of your future. That you are what? A child of the King. You come from what? A royal priesthood. You are what? The head and not the tail. You say what? You are the head and not the tail? So if God says that we are the head and not the tail, why are you going to let some little human being who is not perfect, who have made mistakes, they just cover them up? You know, a lot of people are good at covering up their mistakes. They're in the closet. They got so many clothes on top of them skeletons that you don't find out about them until they dead and gone. Okay? But trust me, we have all done some stuff that we don't want people to know about, including me. Okay? And this is not Dear Abby. And I am not having a confessional. So you will not get none of my skeletons. They going to the grave with me. What I choose to share, trust me, is to enlighten you. Because we all have done some things that make you say, wow, I knew. They thought they was hiding something. Get yourself together. Find yourself a crowd that's going to embrace you and uphold you and uplift you and love on you. And that do not hang your past over your head like you on a guillotine or something. Baby, you are free. Who the Son has set free is free indeed. Make no mistake about it. You are free. You don't owe nobody anything but to love them. Stop letting people hold your past against you. Stop walking in shame. If they know it, they just know it. Who cares? If they know it, they just know it. You know what? The best way to handle somebody that thinks they got a foot over you with your own tea is to be like, I did it, and what? And what? You know what? Because if you're big enough to do it, then hey, stand in it and own it. I did it. I made a choice. It wasn't the right choice. I forgive myself. I've asked for forgiveness, and I'm moving on. I'm moving on up. That's what you do. Move on up to bigger and better things. Don't let nobody put no weights around your neck and hold you down because they think they got your past over your head and that you're not good enough to be an overcomer. Child, please go somewhere with that. I'm on a rant, but I want you to get the point. Because a lot of people are walking in condemnation because of people holding their past against them. You got to start shutting it down. Shut it down. Shut the conversation down so they don't have nothing to run with it. Don't let nobody run with your tea, man. And I'm going to leave it there. We all have a path. We have not walked a straight chalk line. If people say they did, they lying. They is lying to you. And I'm going to say it. It's probably not politically correct, but I'm going to say it. The judgmental church folk, you was once a sinner before you came to Christ. I don't want nobody to know about that because I'm saved. I'm supposed to be delivered from that. Don't let people fool you. Being self-righteous. Everybody has to have a come to Jesus moment. They're not Jesus, so you don't owe them nothing but to love them. I'm done with that. Now, if you would like to support this podcast, you can do so by using my Cash App at $RWeston252. Now, until we meet again, go and grab yourself a mirror. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am loved, I am unique, and I am valuable. Now, give yourself a kiss. That's a kiss from me to you. Know that I love you and I got your back. Thank you, Bringing the Heat listeners. To listen to this podcast, go to anchorfm.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play, where we bring